Hey guys, it's Sega Camp, and I know exactly what you guys are thinking. Sega Camp, you piece of shirt! Get a heckin' haircut! Why should I? It's my 5th year here on YouTube, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. And yeah, I know I haven't censored it that time. Oh well. Let's begin. So, like I said before, I was gonna go take all your questions, and I put them all on this piece of paper. Yeah, I came down with a cold as well. I'm probably not gonna be doing acapellas for like a while, though. I'm afraid after I get this Q&A session behind me, because I'm just not feeling that well. My cold is going away, but I'm still not feeling well to going back to doing acapellas just yet. Which is kind of strange. The last acapella I posted was, I think it was last Monday? Yeah. And yeah, and even the weirdest thing was that was actually on a movie, not a video game, which was kind of weird. So far right now, I only have like 9 questions on here, but that's just because, that's just after filtering out some as well. Let's just say after I made that 1 week was left video, people started posting up some really stupid questions. Really stupid questions. I had to make some cuts out of them, and I'm very, very sorry that I upset someone, but if you're gonna be an ass on somebody else's channel. I'm not like that. So for all the guys that left all those stupid comments, go fuck yourself up the ass. Anyway, though, I'm very sorry I have to be like this after my 5th year, but let's just, after getting that out of the way, let's just get down to these questions. Okay, so the first question comes from Spalk Agent, who says, about a year ago, your whole house lost its internet because your dad was downloading porn and got a Trojan on his computer and it shut down your network. Did you ever hack into your dad's porn stash? No? And why the fuck do you think of that, Spalk? Seriously. My dad was downloading porn on his computer? Who in their righteous fucking mind does that these days? Who fucking does that? Seriously? No. My dad never does that. And if some of you guys want to deny the truth, fuck off. Alright? And though I do know what you mean, though, but he only looks it up on the internet, so there's a difference between downloading it and looking it on the internet. Are you the father of Kevin's children? What? And this is from Saxophone at Time, I forgot to mention that. No? And I don't know what the heck that means. Father of Kevin's children. I have no idea what this guy is talking about at all. Unless, of course, you're talking about my pet turtle, Kevin. But let's get one thing straight here, people. My pet turtle, Kevin, never had little turtle kids at all. So I don't know about what he's talking about. Yeah, I know. The first 2 are pretty obscured ones. But besides all that, now the rest of them should be good. Now, Super Raging Blast asks, who would win in a fight, Superman or Goku? Now this we gotta see. Superman, the man of powerful steel, versus Goku, who can go Super Saiyan up your ass. Yeah, and I actually said that. But, I really don't know. I'm pretty sure it would be a very close fight indeed. A really, really close fight. But, like I said, this is just my opinion. I think like I said, it would be really close, but Goku would definitely beat Superman in the end. Okay, so anyway though, the next one comes from the nerd word. You never heard of the nerd word? Well, you should sub to them. Feel free to sub. Anyway though, the nerd word here says, how much do you like the nerd word? Just kidding. Nice one. Anyway though, here's a real actual question. It actually says, what games are you looking for in the most in the near future? You know, that sounds like a pretty interesting question. I am kind of I do have my mind set for a few games right now for the future. So far, I used to have a big list of 3DS games in my head before E3 arrived, but then after E3 passed, I don't know what happened, but I think a brain cell of mine about just blown a fuse or exploded or something. But I totally forgot all the 3DS games I wanted all of a sudden. I'm sort of recollecting parts of them right now, but so far right now all I have is Luigi's Mansion 2, which is what I want. Animal Crossing 3DS and Paper Mario 3DS I really like to get. And as well, though, I think there might be a new Zelda game coming out for 3DS, so I might go get that. And that's actually kind of interesting, and it's not Majora's Mask either, so I'm kind of glad now that we're going to be seeing a new 3DS Zelda game, at least not being a remake for the 3DS. So that's going to be kind of exciting. But as well, though, I think as well and maybe even as well Mario Tennis Open, which is coming up for the 3DS pretty soon. It's coming out sometime this year. I think in May is what I heard. As for PS3, I'm not so sure about PS3 though. Like every time when I think of a Sony and the PS3, I keep thinking first person shooters and hardcore stuff like that. And just hardcore stuff like that. That's all I think for Sony for PS3. But what I am looking forward for the PS3 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, I did see the trailer for it here on YouTube, so I know it is being made, but so far, no release date just yet. And so far as well, though, for the Wii right now, I really like to get Mario Party 9. But at the time this video is being recorded, I don't have the game yet, so that kind of sucks. If I do have the game, I might have just a little annotation somewhere here in the video saying I just got the game as I posted this. But like I said, I don't really, at the time this video is being recorded, I don't really have it yet. So, yeah. I think that's about it for now, though, for games. I really can't think of anything else that I want. Okay, so the next question comes from... Oh, sorry. The next question I was quickly checking to make sure I got everything. Alright, the next question here comes from Ashley the Musician, who says, what do you think about doing a metal cover with me? Did you have fun? Do you think you ever do it again? First off, before I say this, I thought we were doing a second cover, Ashley. Curse you, Ashley. I thought we were doing a second cover. I'm just kidding. Anyway, though, to answer that, though, I think it was sort of okay, I guess. Metal, I'm not a really huge fan of metal cover stuff. As some of you guys might know, I'm more of a fan of the oldies. Well, I can't really say about anything in particular. Like Rolling Stones, Genesis, Pink Floyd, the oldies. Those guys at their golden age of rock, which is what it was like about at the time anyway. And did I have fun? Yeah, it was so-so for that. I'm not going to say much. And do you think you ever do it again? Well, again, maybe so. like I said, it was just so, but I can't really find anything else to complain about. Okay, Polyester Mustache says, hey, can you do an acapella version of the Green Hill Zone theme from Sonic the Hedgehog? Well, that's kind of weird that somebody's asking me for a request in a Q&A video. So, but I guess I'll still answer it. Yes, I will still do it right now, but apparently so far right now, I have to put I'm not really planning to do requests. Like, so far, I got 4 requests so far, and one of them is Green Hill Zone. I got 2 more, 2 more people, came in with... I can't really, find... I really can't look at the list right now, though, but don't worry, eventually I will do it, but... all I do know is I have 4 themes so far, but I can't remember what they are, except for one of them being Green Hill Zone. Okay, here's another interesting question. This one comes from Zelda's Music. Zelda with the S on the end and then go into music. What is your favorite video game console or handheld? You know what? I'll answer both. But what is my favorite console and handheld? For console, that's not really hard. That has to be the N64. If you guys have been listening to all this music in the videos so far, you can tell it's from the N64 era. That is why I used to enjoy the N64 a lot as a kid. And maybe some of the games I must have played, I'm guessing right by the time the N64 era ended, I must have played like maybe 100 N64 games. That's how much I enjoyed the N64 back as a kid. I really did enjoy it a lot as a kid. I remember back when I first got it and I got Cruis'n World and it was okay at first, but then afterwards more games came out. Like there was like Super Mario 64, which I never played. There was Ocarina of Time, and then we had Paper Mario. We got the Paper Mario series started then, the Mario Party series as well, and so much stuff. Like I said, there were so many amazing themes for the N64 era at the time. Like even as well the Mario Party series started. Although sadly, once the Mario Party series got into the GameCube era, it ended up going right for a bumpy railroad track, which was going straight for the end of the line. And no, I don't mean the Shy Guys Perplex Express. I'm just explaining about the GameCube Mario Party games as a railroad track with a train riding down it. I can just see them riding right for the end of the line, and then all of a sudden they stop the train as soon as it hits the end of the line, and then afterwards all the Mario Party characters get off the train and start walking for the next stop. I can just see that happening. That should be what a Mario Party game should look like. Although I've kind of reenacted the moment from Spirit Tracks as well. Even Spirit Tracks did that same thing when Link and Zelda were going right for the Spirit Tower, and all of a sudden the tracks in the Spirit Tower vanished, and then they tried to stop the train, and it almost tipped over. But then apparently you see the Spirit Tower in the background, and then it breaks apart, and then afterwards the Chancellor Cole shows up. I'm getting way off topic, though. As for a handheld, though, it is kind of confusing. I will say this, though. I do like the 3DS. I do like my Nintendo 3DS. But I have to be very specific and honest. It has to be the Sega Game Gear. Yeah, the Sega Game Gear. Which is kind of shocking that I actually mentioned that because I never did own one I never did officially have one back as a kid, nor a Game Boy or anything up until the Game Boy Advance came out, and then I finally got a Game Boy Advance SP, which I find a little better than a normal Game Boy Advance. Let's just say I find the Game Boy Advance let's just say I find the Game Boy Advance very bulky. Yeah. I find the Game Boy Advance SP a little better since you just open it up like this and then there's a screen and then the buttons is like right on the bottom. Which I can actually say they still did that same idea as well when they made the DS. And when they made all the other DSs after that, just having it where you just close it like this and then you just open it up and then there's a power button. So I can see they sort of stick with that idea. The only thing that was different was they used to have the switch on the side before, which is kind of strange though. I think for DS and DS Lite they had the switch here on the side, and then for the DSi they decided to actually use a power button, which as well they also did when they made the 3DS. They just used the power button now to turn it on. Anyway, though, like I said, I'm getting way off topic. Though the main reason why I actually choose the Sega Game Gear, is just because, like I said, I never did own one, but I remember going to this place back as a kid, and there was like two Sega Game Gears stuck to this table thing, whatever it was, and one of them actually used to had a Sonic, a Sonic game on it. All I remember though was it being stuck in this little minecart of a stage of somewhere and I couldn't get out of there. It was just a pain in the ass. Alright, anyway though, moving on to the next question. What do you think about the PS Vita? That's kind of shocking mentioning that after... It's kind of shocking saying this question right after picking up my favorite handheld and console. It comes from Kira the Hedgehog, by the way. Okay, well, I gotta be honest, it's actually okay for a handheld, but it does cost a lot of money, though. I hope no one gets upset at this. I hope no one gets mad at me, but I'm not really planning on getting one. I wasn't planning on to. I see the Nerd Word bought it, though. And they also got Uncharted Golden Abyss for the Vita, which seems pretty cool. So, yeah. I'm just not gonna say anything bad, but it's okay for a handheld. Like I can see now that they're finally making the screen a little more be more like a touch screen. You're probably okay. I'm pretty sure some of you guys are probably wondering why am I not getting the PS Vita? Well, for one or two reasons. One, I didn't bother getting a PSP, so I never did bother getting a PSP back when the PSP first came out. Like I said, I'm focusing on Nintendo's handheld marketing system and most of their gaming stuff as well. And probably about. So yeah, if I didn't bother getting the PSP, there's no reason going forward with the Vita at all. Alright, next question. This one comes from F-Zero Blue Falcon, who says, who would win in a fight, M. Bison or Captain Falcon? Ooh, now that seems like a really interesting question. A fighting character from Street Fighter with a character in the Super Smash Brothers series. Now we really gotta see some Street Fighter characters be in the next Super Smash Brothers game. And apparently I finally heard that there might be one for the Wii U called Super Smash Brothers Universe, but people are also speculating that this game might be fake and it might not be real. So it might be Super Smash Brothers Universe and it might not be, but we'll just have to wait and get some confirmation from Nintendo saying, yes, we are making this game. So, yeah. It might be close, but it might be a close fight. But I'm gonna say Captain Falcon might just about beat M Bison up. All right, now the second last question here. For this one comes from Pure Evil Waluigi. Wee Waluigi. Hey, I'm a Waluigi. And I can't do Waluigi. Oh well. Would you rather get chased by a lion or close your YouTube account? Really? Now, would I really close my YouTube channel for you guys? Would I? Yeah. I'd rather just get chased by a lion. Oh crap! Oh my god! Ah! Just kidding. You honestly think there's actually a lion in my bedroom? If you guys actually thought that for like a minute, you guys are stupid. Alright, very last question, and this one comes from my very good buddy, Dangerous562. And he's mentioning, are you planning on buying any more PS3 games or PlayStation 3 games? Yeah, as a matter of fact, Dangerous, I am. I really do. I still like to get some games for the PS3, but like I said, I'm a little nitpicky right now when it comes to the games for the PS3. Like I said, everything that I think of for the PS3 is just first-person shooters and hardcore gaming stuff. Which is kind of strange. Yeah, I know I know some of you guys might have different opinions for PS3 games, but like I said, I just every time I think PS3 games, I just think first-person shooters and hardcore stuff, and that's about it. Besides, even as well though, we're right back earlier this month. I got Uncharted 1 and 2 for the PS3. As you see, they're still right here. Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, and then the last one, and the second one being Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Oops. Am I gonna get Uncharted 3? Maybe. I might get Uncharted 3 later after I beat both Uncharted 1 and 2. So yeah, there will be a possibility for Uncharted 3, but this will be later. But this will have to be later after I beat Uncharted 1 and 2. So that's about it. And how to end this last scene, just to end it off on a high note. Well, anyway though, like I said, I've been here for 5 years, and I intend to be here for another 5 years. Let's not forget, in another 5 years, I'll be really excited if I be here for like 10 years next. Which is another 5 years later, but... but I'm thinking about that's just about a little ahead in the future. So for now, I'll just end this video off on a high note and say there will be more acapellas apparently, but this will be after after my cold goes away. So anyway though, I'll see you guys later.